Ooh, that's heavy. Jesus, heavy, man. What is good, folks? We're back with another video. We're starting off today with the usual back extensions. As I said in the last video, we're going to be doing some bodyweight reps to begin with, and then we'll move into the weighted reps afterwards. We are going to be trying out a new setup with the barbell instead of using a weight plate, and going to go up in weight today as well, depending on how we get through the body weight and then the weighted session. So let's see, man. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh crap. Foot slipped. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, come on, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, come on, 26, right, we'll stop there. 26, I think last time we did what, 20, was it 22 or 23? Something around that, so 26 is the new bar, the new standard. So work our way up to 30, and then we'll start doing it weighted for high reps as well as the warm-up. But so far, so good. No pain, no injury, no weird feeling, no spasms. So we'll take a quick rest, and then we'll do this 20 kg on the bar, and then hopefully go up to 25 today. 20 kilo set now. Hopefully this setup allows for a bit more freedom and security. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh gosh, okay. That's good, that's good, that's good. I think you might stick with the 20, man. It's a little different when you can get a bit more stretch on the movement. One thing I do need to move is this part of the thing. It's inhibiting me, but yeah, I think we'll stick with the 20 for another set. Definitely when I can get into that lower range a bit more now, because obviously my hand and the weight plate is not a limiting factor. It's a bit more intense. So yeah, we're not gonna try. We'll see how the next set goes actually. If the next set goes well, we'll try a little 25, but we're not gonna risk it if it ain't feeling good. So yeah, this is the most difficult part of the movement, obviously. Okay, I can see what the issue is. All right. Once I move these clips, it's better. Okay, here we go. These bricks, man, are affecting the setup. Not really much I can do unless I push them that way more, but even then, yeah. Anyway, good set. We'll try 25, and if it is too much, we'll leave it alone. But we'll push the envelope just a little bit. So in regards to videos, I will be doing some other sort of videos as well. This is not just the series that we'll be working on. We will be doing some, more body specific videos of how to develop and grow certain body parts infused with the series. So if you're worried that, oh, we're only going to be watching him do workouts, that's not the case. We will be having some other videos very soon, actually, sooner than you could imagine. So let's try this 25 kilo now, see how this goes. Oof. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. All right, I think we'll leave that alone. The back extensions, that was good. So we know what we're doing now. I think next time I'll probably use a longer bar so that the weights don't keep getting caught on the bricks. Oh crap, on the bricks. But we got it done, man. We figured something out at the end of the day. So on to the next. Actually, you know what? I'll probably just use dumbbells in future. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I'll just use dumbbells. But overall, happy with that. Let's do some good mornings now. We're gonna do these good mornings. This is the bar I was talking about, or the same bar I use for the back extensions to do the good mornings. It has some attachments I got from Amazon, so it makes it Olympic size rather than the other weight size. So we've got 10 kilos on here. If we have to go down, we have to go down. But if we can stay at this weight, great. But we might be able to go up, we'll see. But let's see how this goes today. All right, it is a little tight, damn. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so as you can see there, I was able to get a little deeper, a little more stretch as the reps went on. The key here with most movements that involve, flexibility or a level of mobility, is not to force yourself into an uncomfortable range. Your body will naturally let you know where you are at right now, and then it's for you to take it to that point and then slowly progress it further and further while avoiding injury. So don't force yourself into a position or a stretch when your body's not at that level yet, because it's just naturally gonna seize up and try and protect itself, letting you know that we're not strong enough to hold or maintain this position. So take your time. Naturally over time the stretch will get deeper, you will get stronger, all the other stuff, and then you can get a little bit more. But it might be frustrating, but it's a slow process. So we'll do another one of those, and then we'll probably move into the workout. The key also when rehabbing is to take a sufficient rest period, the same way you would do if you were working out. And I know sometimes you think the load that you're doing is not a lot and it's not actually physically taxing on your body or the nervous system, but ultimately you still want that muscle enough time to recover in order to do a proper set, rather than let's say for example, you usually rest for about 2 to 3 minutes in between each exercise, like a normal exercise. But now you're doing rehab and you're like, oh, this is easy, I'm gonna do 30 seconds instead of, or 45 seconds. No, you still wanna maintain a large enough rest period. Let the body, you know, do what it needs to do. And then you go again, man. That's what you actually should be doing. But let's get into this next set of good mornings now. 1, 2. Oh goodness. 5. 6. Can we get one more? 7. All right. That's over with. Definitely can feel that, you know, pulling in the hamstring, a little bit in the glute area, but that's natural, especially with the lower back still being, you know, not fully where it needs to be. It is going to cope in other ways to try and keep itself, you know, safe. So as expected, especially in these sort of movements. However, we're moving on. We're going to get into the proper workout now and go from there, man. See what we can get into today. So we're switching it up today. We're starting with a little flat bench press. Why? Don't know. Just feel like switching it up, doing the pull-ups every single time gets a little bit, you know, tedious. So we will still be doing pull-ups, but we'll just start with the bench press today. So this is the warm-up weight. We'll start with this, and then we'll work up. Well, we'll not work up. We'll do 100 kilos on the next set. Just want to make sure the chest is activated, ready to go, do its thing, triceps, shoulders, all the other stuff to avoid injury, man. So don't skip your warm-ups. Make sure everything is ready to go. And I'm gonna do some quick stuff with the resistance band as well, just to make sure everything is fully functional, because the last thing you want is an injury. Trust me. It's always better to spend an extra 5 minutes making sure your body is, you know, ready to go, rather than go, let's get straight into it, and then you're out for the next 3-4 months. So warm up. No, I can't speak for everyone, but I just feel like from a psychological perspective as well, a warm-up just puts you in the right mind frame, you know, especially in sport, I would say, where there's certain movement patterns you got to do, and, you know, certain things that you have to be aware of, or should I say, or should be ready for. I feel like, yeah, your mind, you know, you build that connection in your mind of what's to come. You start replaying actions and events and all that other stuff. So just the same as lifting weight, I would say. You wanna, why is this not centered? Jesus. You wanna mentally prepare as well as physically prepare yourself. Because as we all know, a large part of everything is the mental side. Anyway, we've got 90 on the bar. We're going to do that for a quick 2 reps, sorry. Right, we'll move up to 100 now and see what we can rep out at 100 kilos. Let me move this mic because it is in a bit of a peculiar position. I don't want it to hit the weight and break. So yeah, 100 kilos gonna be added next. All right, clips have been removed. 5 kilos has been added to take us to a grand total of 100 kilos. Let's work, man. And the thing's not in the right place. Why do I always forget to do this? There we go. All right, that's better. Here we go, man. Let's work, G. You sugar my dumpling. give me one more, give me one more, give me one more. Yes, sir. That was tough. That was very tough, man. All right, so we'll do one more of those and then we'll move on from chest. So plus side of today, no rain at all. No rain in sight at this very moment in time. That could all change in the next 30 minutes or so, but hey, nice day for it, man. Lovely day for it. So last set, man. Let's see if we can bang another 4. Let's do it. Here we go. 1, 2. 3. Yes, man. Yes, man. I knew that 4th one was do or die, man. It was either make it or fling this weight plate down into the garden, and then I'll have to go get them and then reset everything. So that felt good, man. 2 sets of 4. I like that. I like that a lot. Gradually progress from that though as we get stronger. Now we're gonna get into some pull-ups, of course, and then after that we'll probably hit some biceps, shoulders, and then see what else we get into. Before we get into the pull-ups, let's see if we can get some muscle ups in. Just a quick 2. I know I was supposed to do it at the beginning of the session, but I completely forgot. So let's see if we can just get some muscle ups in, man. I've been trying to, just work on the form in my own spare time, but we're gonna see, man, how it's looking. That brick needs to move a little further. All right. So here we go. Damn. All right. Damn. That would have been the first time I had got it cleanly. Let me move this mic again, man. This mic, I have to put itself in strange positions. All right. Okay. I know what I did wrong now. Here we go. A little bit of a chicken wing, but not bad. Still two. I think, you know what I'm gonna try and do? Let me try it with some gloves on, my gloves on. Maybe that might help. I don't know why I think that would help, but I feel like it will just give me a bit more grip. And this bar is quite unforgiving on your hands. So maybe with some gloves, we can make it happen. Or it might make it worse, who knows? 2, not bad. Not bad. Still stuck on the 2 though. I really thought we were gonna get 3 today, but it's coming. I can sense that it is on the horizon. Let me just test and see quickly how it feels with the gloves. If I can twist my hands, I should be able to do this still, yeah. All right, let's try again. Okay. It's trying to remember all the different cues that are going on. So it's about raising your knees, while also making sure you get that sort of, not really a pull-up sort of movement, but I don't know, like a push down sort of movement as well. Then you have to lean over the bar
there's like 3 essential cues that if you get, you'll get it. But if you don't, unless you're highly skilled and good at doing them, you ain't gonna get around it. So let me just try it one more time. Okay, I must remember all the cues. Here we go. Okay. I don't think gloves make it easier at all. At all. So we will put the wrist straps back on, and I want to do another 2 for sure, and then we'll leave it alone after that. I think I said in the previous video we'll do 2, well, we'll do at the moment 2 every session just to build momentum, and then obviously when we can do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's what we'll do. But it's not an easy movement. You know, social media would make you think it's a very easy movement, everyone can do it. Most people can't even do a pull-up, so a muscle up, out of the question. All right, here we go. One. All right, we'll take it. Ouch, man. We've still got a little bit of chicken wing action going in on the muscle up. Chicken wing, is that the correct term? Or you, one arm? Yeah, I suppose it is. But we'll get there, man. We'll get there. I only figured it out last week, 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I don't know. People be weird with progression. They be expecting you to progress at this like ridiculous rate, but it's gonna take like months, years to really master something. You know, this whole like couple weeks and I did this and whatever. Most time people are lying. But hey man, you got to be realistic. So today for the pull-ups, we'll start off with, we're gonna do all the grips. So we're gonna start off in here, we'll go here, and then we'll go out here just to work different parts of the back and also get the bicep involved as well, man. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Being tall is great sometimes, and then other times when you're trying to do things like pull-ups, it's a real hindrance if your bar is not high enough. But would I rather be tall or not tall? Well, stupid question, innit? But first set done, 2 more to go. So we'll go in for the neutral but wider grip again. Could call it the hammer grip. But these ones right here, let's do it. Okay, felt good. I felt very good, man. So totally unrelated, but somewhat fitness related. I remember, well, yesterday I was thinking about working out. I remember last time I was trying the Mike Mentzer style of training, where you take prolonged rest days, and it's a good style of training. I do implement some variations of it. The only thing that I would say in regards to that training is that I find the rest period or the rest days in between working out again a little too long for progression in my case. Some people, obviously, depending on how you work out, maybe you do, maybe you don't. But yeah, for me, I would say the basis of it and the basic concept of it is pretty much spot on. So you're giving the muscle enough time to fully recover before you attack it again. That I agree with 100%, and now have implemented into my own training, because you know, sometimes when you feel like an extra day would really help with your recovery, but you get, I can still, you know, bang out a session, just take the extra day. To be honest, it will do way more good than bad. And it also, see, when you go at that level of motivation, like, yeah, we want to work out, that extra day will increase it that much more. So when you do hit the session, one, you can hit it hard because you're fully recovered, and two, you know, it allows you to really be up for it, rather than every day you're beating yourself up. You know, but that's my thing into it. I try to take little pieces of everyone's training styles, training methods. You know, I've looked at Mike Mentzer, I've looked at Dorian Yates, Ronnie Coleman, but you can't really replicate Ronnie like that. You know, Arnold. I haven't really looked at C-bumps, to be honest. Haney. Everyone's got their own different style of training. Lerone. So yeah, just take what is useful to you, and then the rest you can just discard it. You know, mix and match. Again, experiment, see what works best for you. But again, it's not a one size fits all model. Everyone's different genetics, different body type, different recovery rates, all that different stuff. Steroids, non-steroids. So yeah, no, you got to do what you can, man. One thing I can say for certain though is that beating up the same muscle group repeatedly every session will not help with growth. The same way, you know, overworking a muscle during a session will not help with growth at the end of the day. It's only gonna hinder your results, really. For the most part, I would say 2-3 exercises max, and then you move on. You don't, you know, trust me, I was a victim of this, where I feel like I need to utilize every single machine in the gym that's related to chest or arms or, you know, all that other stuff. And even sometimes now I still do a little bit more than I should, but there'll always be another session, there'll always be another opportunity to use that piece of equipment or, you know, machinery or whatever. You don't have to kill yourself in one day, really and truly. Because remember, muscles don't grow while you're working, although the pump and everything and the, you know, lactic acid building up and all the other stuff feels like you're getting to the result faster. Muscles grow when you're resting. So do the work, spark the muscular, you know, response, and then rest. Hit it again hard the following session, I would say. So let's get into this wide grip now for the final one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, yeah. All right, so let's hit some biceps now. No, you know what? We'll do shoulders, then we'll do biceps. I don't think I'm going to hit triceps again because they were feeling a little bit here before the session. So I feel like that bench press was probably enough. And then we'll probably do another back movement. Call it there. So for shoulders today, I'm going to try a very light overhead press. We're going to put a bit of load on the lower back, but nothing too wild. Let's just see how it goes, man. If it feels awkward, we're stopping straight away. If I feel all right, we might do another set. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. All right, not bad. Slightly, I can feel it in my hamstrings a little bit. Nothing really cause for concern. This is not particularly heavyweight by any means, but you know, I do want to just keep the movement pattern going. So we're not going to add any more weight, or even though we could, and we're not really going to go up in reps as much. So we're just doing this more so for the movement pattern, more than anything, because we already did a pushing movement today, or a pressing movement today, with the bench press. So I think the next set, actually, let's go behind the head for the next set, just to make it a little bit more difficult in terms of the movement, but in terms of load, we'll keep it the exact same. Final set. Let's do it, man. One more, come on. 6. All right, so in all honesty, I don't think I'm quite ready for overhead pressing just yet, just based on how much load it does put on the lower back and the spine. Again, that weight wasn't heavy, so I could kind of play with it a little bit, but seeing the fact that I'm already feeling like tension in the lower, well, in the upper part of my legs, like in the glute and hamstring area from doing that, tells me I'm not quite where I need to be yet. So a little attempt, just testing the waters, nothing crazy, but I do miss doing behind the neck presses though. I haven't done them in years, so that's definitely coming back into the arsenal once you reach that stage again. But yeah, let's do some biceps now, man. Incorporating the straight bar curl, so we got to be careful. Again, the lower back is of utmost importance, so let's see. We'll leave that right there. That felt good enough, to be honest. We will do another set, and that may close out the session, to be honest. I don't really think there's much else. Oh no, we've got another back exercise to do. Tell a lie, we've got another back movement, and then that will be the end of the session. Come on, one more. There we go. Session, whoa, my bad. Session has gone on longer than originally intended to, but happens sometimes, man. Little stops here and there, fixing things, trying to make things better. But let's get into these rows now, man. Here we go. Whew, that's heavy. Jesus, heavy, man. We've got the wrist straps. See if we can get these on in record time. Let me try my left hand first, actually. Feels pretty secure. Oh, goodness gracious, all right. Actually, that don't feel too bad. That's not too shabby. All right, here we go.